We now move to the final event of these World Championships, the men's 4x400 relay. And a great race we have in prospect once more. Greece will be in lane one as the crowd warm themselves up, and they'll be cheering a very strong French squad. More of that in a second. The Greeks have Yakovakis on the last leg. This is the Spanish team: Rodriguez, Canal, another Rodriguez, and then Reina, the 800-meter runner, on the last leg for them. And then the defending champions from the United States. Very strong squad, the favourites: Calvin Harrison, Tyree Washington, Derek Brew, and the individual champion Jerome Young. And the French team has just been announced to the crowd, and there it is. Jean, who was fifth in the individual event; Keita, Diagana, we know all about him, former world champion over 400 hurdles; and Marc Raquil, who really got things going for the French crowd with a bronze medal in the individual event. The Jamaican squad, actually a very strong squad: Simpson, Danny McFarlane, Davian Clark, and the Commonwealth champion Michael Blackwood brought in on the last leg. The order of that team is interesting. Let's have a look at the Bahamas. Moncur, world champion in Edmonton; Darling, McKinney, and Chris Brown. And then for Japan, Yamaguchi, Yamahura, Tabata, and Sato. And last but by no means least, on the outside in lane 8, Great Britain, led off by Ian Mackey, Sean Baldock, Chris Rawlinson, and Danny Keynes. This is a late change to the team. Tim Benjamin was meant to be in this squad, and they were going to drop Sean Baldock, but Benjamin, we're told, with a hamstring problem in warm-up, so a late change. And Ian Mackey, very interestingly, given the job of getting Britain off to a good start. It might be because Ian Mackey is more used to starting in blocks, I'm not sure. He still is inexperienced at this event, but he's had a season in which he's gone from strength to strength. He's got better with almost every race. He ran a little bit inexperienced in the qualification yesterday, I thought, and perhaps that's why they're giving him a clear run at it on the first leg. And let's hope he can get Britain involved in the race. But you know what? This is a tough one. The United States, France, and Jamaica with very strong squads. The 4x4 final, and the crowd go quiet as Danny Keynes and everybody else waits in anticipation. The last event of the World Championships.
Right.
The French will be dearly hoping for a medal here. Leslie Jean, their lead-off man, with Calvin Harrison inside him of the USA. Ian Mackey for Great Britain on the far outside, trying to give us a good start here. The Bahamas, in the shape of Evan Moncur, started very, very quickly, and there's some good athletes on this first leg for Ian Mackey to contend with, Stuart.
Yeah, but Mackey has found it difficult when he was in the mass tactically, and they've given him the open run on the first leg. It's never an easy run, I have to say that, and he's done quite well here. He's kept us well in contention. Certainly the Bahamas and Japan are there, and so are Jamaica, but Great Britain is looking good, and Baldock has the baton.
Sean Baldock on the second leg, he's going to find himself in about 6th position when the break comes at the beginning of the back straight, and it's the US who may just want to be in the lead in the shape of Tyree Washington, and he's taken it to them. Keita, the tall Frenchman, trying to stay with him, and Danny McFarlane, who we saw just bursting through there. Danny McFarlane, who ran in the 400 hurdles here, but that's a new event for him this year. He's a 400-meter man, but cannot stay with Washington at the moment. Baldock has got closer, though.
Yes, and he needs to gradually work his way down this straight. He's got to hammer it now for the last 50 or 60 metres. The Bahamas coming through. America 1, France 2, Jamaica 3, Bahamas 4, Japan 5, and then Great Britain 6th place. And the baton's across now to Chris Rawlinson, the 400-metre hurdler for Great Britain.
Rawlinson back in 7th place for Great Britain, but not too far away from a medal position, but it would be a huge ask for them to get up that close. Danny Keynes on the last leg for us. The US out in front in the shape of Derek Brew. Diagana trying to give chase. He's in 3rd place at the moment because it's Jamaica and Davian Clark in the silver medal position, and the Bahamas right in there, but the US setting the pace. And here come Jamaica. Chris Rawlinson moving into 5th place for Great Britain. America and Jamaica battling it out down the home straight.
Well, certainly Diagana's run a good leg here, and he'll hand over to Raquil, who did so well in the final stage of that 400 to get a medal and France are in third place. Jamaica 1, America 2, France 3, and it is the man who won the individual 400 metres, Jerome Young, who takes the baton for America, and Great Britain now still in 5th place.
Jamaica, USA, France, Bahamas, Great Britain. It's a waiting game by Michael Blackwood. It's a waiting game by Jerome Young. It's always a waiting game for Marc Raquil. Here he comes. The French crowd are on their feet. Jerome Young is away. Blackwood can't respond at the moment. Raquil is finishing quickly for France. Jerome Young from the USA is going away. Raquil is coming. The Frenchman is coming. He's not going to get there. The USA take gold. France the silver. Jamaica third. Danny Keynes for Great Britain comes in 5th place. A good performance that by the British squad. That was closer, I think, than some thought. I thought the French would do well. I thought the crowd would get into them. I thought that they had a squad that could just challenge, and with Raquil on the last leg, you never know. But that's a strong American team, and Jerome Young kept his head on the last leg. He knew what was coming from Raquil. He didn't go crazy through that first 200, and he had enough to hold off the Frenchman, who looks very, very disappointed.
Well, he got a lot of confidence, didn't he, in ending that bronze medal in the 400 flat. But the Americans, well, they saved Washington, they saved Young in the qualification round for this final, to give them a little bit of more of a rest after the gold and silver medalists in the individual 400 had run so well. But certainly the British quartet, Mackie 46.2, Baldock 45.1, Chris Rawlinson 44.9, and Danny Keynes 44.8. But look at this from Raquil. We know he's a fast finisher, and my goodness, he was finishing fast. But I have to say that the American Jerome Young did look easy. He looked to be in control. I don't think he had any problems there at all. I think he knew what he was doing. He did just enough to take the United States through. Danny Keynes gave it all he could in the final leg, but really, I guess the position in which Great Britain finished was about right on the team as it stands. We're not as strong as we used to be, and with Tim Benjamin out with that hamstring in warm-up, that late change certainly would have an effect mentally as well as physically on this team. And Sean Baldock, who was left out, was brought back in at the last minute. So America then, the champions of the world.
2 minutes 58.88, the winning time. A new national record for the French team. Raquil broke the individual record in the individual event. Their team has done it in the 4x4. A season's best for the Jamaicans for the bronze medal, and a season's best for Great Britain in a very good 5th place. 3 minutes 1 second exactly.